Is Sharon, and I'm a certified professional executive coach. I also do career coaching and leadership coaching. Right, and today I'm going to teach you more tips on how to prompt and search and communicate using AI tools. All right, so we're using DeepSeek for today's session. And this is a typical case study. Many of my clients come with this kind of situation. And I want to make sure that, you go through this process yourself if you don't have access to a professional coach. This will really help you, identify exactly what is your mindset, your skill set, and what are the practical actions and tips that you can do to help solve your problem. All right. So this is a case just like the prompt that I'm typing in DeepSeek now. A client, a person who is recently laid off, right, and haven't had a smooth career path. So maybe there's constant job changes due to whatever reasons, every couple of years. So now this person is starting to doubt. Self-doubt comes in, feeling lost and don't know what jobs or industry they should pursue next. Right, so trying to have a job search, but also a lot of doubts and fears in the mind. Okay, and maybe you were like this, right? In generalist roles, specialist roles, for example, e-commerce sales, customer service, and now may struggle to find the next job. All right, so I love this. The AI really addresses, the mindset and the skill set, and then the actions. So there is really a thought process. You can read through this on your own when you do this. Okay, so what they do is to validate first your emotions. So just like a coach would do, just like I would do with my clients. First, we want to know what frame of mind we're in. What are we thinking? What's our mindset? What's going through our mind as we try to navigate this situation? So the feelings are very important. First we must acknowledge the feelings are there. Okay, and what is going through our mind? This is normal, and it for anyone going through this, it is very normal. Right, so we maybe have to have some time, right, to give ourselves permission to digest and process some of these feelings without judgment at all. Okay, so then we can reframe ourselves. So if you're doing this yourself, then we want to see, okay, what next? Yeah, when we are in the right frame of mind, we have a little bit more energy. What can we do? What are small steps that we can take? Okay, and some questions to prompt your own reflection. Um, yeah, so kind of a reflection, retrospective. Look at the past. What happened. What were some of these roles. Why did you leave? What were the skills and experiences that you gained from each role? Yeah, take a minute to look back, and then you'll have a clearer idea of what to do. Okay, so some of the skill sets, right? Very importantly, we want to also identify some of the skills that you already have. Yeah, and this builds your confidence and helps you then tailor your CV and maybe your interviews, when you really approach the companies. Okay, and then having a strategic plan to do that. Instead of just jumping to LinkedIn or Indeed or any job board and just clicking easy apply, that doesn't work. Right? We first have to have this process of self-discovery and strategy. Okay, do not skip this step because it will result in a lot of waste of time and you will be more dejected. You have many objections and then you're back to square one and you wasted time and you get more doubts in yourself. So first, invest time in self-discovery and strategic planning. Okay, these are some of the steps, right? List every task, highlight some of the transferable skill sets, some of the tools that you specifically excel at, that you use, some CRM tools, some marketing tools, some tricky customer situations. So we really need those concrete examples, the success stories. Yeah. And what do you enjoy? What do you dislike? This can help you quickly filter out companies, bosses, places that are toxic, that doesn't fit with you. Okay, so you can save a lot of time not applying to these places and not applying to these roles. Yeah, so we focus then on what we want, what we enjoy, what we excel in. Okay, that is the first step. Our work environment. What is a no-no? All right, what kind of work? What is non-negotiable for you? Or what is your priority to focus on? You can have also different tiers, right? This is your priority, that next, what are non-negotiables for you? What is your preference, for example? Okay. Um, and then look at the roles. okay, that really value your profile. What are some typical roles that really need you? Okay, and open your mind. Do not be in the box. So if we've done that in the past, it doesn't mean that we need to do that again. We don't want to be stuck there because maybe that's a role that's not available now, or people are not hiring for that anymore. Yeah, things have changed. So what are some of the new roles that we can be looking at? Yeah, really opening your mind to ideas about this. Okay. What kind of industry is the most important? Where are your skills most needed in your country, in your region? Where to look? Okay, where are these companies? Which companies are hiring in these sectors? Okay, and we really have to be open-minded about this. So maybe a bit of desktop research, further research is needed to really target these companies in these industries. Okay, and the narrative in your mind, and as well as a narrative to say, right, when we have interviews. Okay, what do we want to frame? How do we want to frame ourselves and our story? Whether we're telling a story about ourselves, right? So how can you frame this more effectively? Focus on achievements. This is very crucial in CVs, in resumes. I often see people listing what I did, what task I did, this is my job. We're not looking for a job description, right? In a CV, we're looking for achievements and impact. What you did. How do you increase customer satisfaction? How do you bring in the sales? How much do you grow the company? Okay, how did you save money for the company in terms of dollars and cents, in terms of generating sales, revenue, or cost savings? Reduce response time, efficiency savings, time savings, cost savings. We need these metrics, yeah, and to be shown clearly as part of the achievements and the impact that you brought. Okay, there is some impact if you look deeply enough. Okay, and then to tailor it, do not just use the same resume and click easy apply, quick send, without a cover letter. No, we need time to really tailor for every position, every role that you want to really apply for. But do not waste the opportunity by just clicking random apply. Okay? And leveraging the network. We often hear networking. So networking blindly is a waste of time and money. Okay, we have to be very specific on what we are targeting, where we are going to find what people. Okay, and what kind of networking activities are we doing? Surface networking does not leave a strong impression, right? So we want to really have engagement with these people, some form of a collaboration, some deep connection, right? Effective FaceTime, maybe working on something together, even a volunteer project, a side gig, whatever, a part-time thing, right? But we really want to make sure we leave an impact, and the people know us, and they're gonna refer us, right, in future. Yes, so we focus on learning. You can also reach out to people to learn more, talk to them, and then later they might refer you at a later stage. Okay, which we build up that connection. Yeah, so tools, of course, if you need to do something, you need to learn something, you need to get a certification, you have to do it and start right now. Yeah, there are free resources as well. Okay, so having the right mindset, starting small, every small step, updating the CV, meeting a friend, having a networking, very small things, they do matter and they build the momentum for you. Okay, structure your days like a job. Set daily goals, really task what I'm going to do today. I will not skip this. Okay, reach out to people. I'm going to meet 2 people next week and so on. And I will do my own learning every day consistently on the skill and on the platform and complete the course by when. Okay, and people who do this really find success. Many of my clients. All right, some coaching services, if you can get access to that, you may consider some of the government-sponsored services or having a career coach, speaking as a professional like myself. Okay? Yes. So remember your value. It's to translate and connect your value to the company need. Yeah, and they need people with all these. They don't need people with a messy CV and not a strong story, but you need to translate your story to something that they need. Okay, and you're unique, and we will need to focus on what is the unique asset that you have. Okay, and of course, we still get rejected, right? We know that it is an actual fact in real life. Now, it's not easy in this environment. So in the next video, I will then address how, if companies still reject you because you don't have prior experience in that job, in that role that you're applying for, what do you do next? All right, in the next video, let us talk about that.